Okay, good morning. Welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Iyun Benzion. Today we're doing the Nedarim Daf Iyun Tet number 79. The Gemara, the new Mishnah, the new parak. We're starting a new parak today, the 11th parak, the last parak in the Nedarim. The Mishnah on the bottom of Iyun Tet and starts off, El Nedarim Shal Mayfair, Nedarim Sheish Ben Nefesh. A husband has the rights, as opposed to a father, who may for any nether the girl makes. As I mentioned, the reason a father or an Oris for a Nara Murasa, she's a young girl, she's under the age of 18. She's in the house of her father. They can make for the Nadarim to protect her because she's whimsical, she's emotional, she's a young girl, she'll ask for things on herself. They protect her, it's protection. That's why the Torah allowed Hafaras Nadarim. It's convenient, it's easier. The father, the husband, the Aris are around, so it's easier to make for the Ned than to go to a basin. It's uncomfortable for a woman to go to a basin. As opposed to a married woman who's, presumably over the age of 18. So she's not, as of course, women are very emotional and they say a lot of things that they should not be saying. And, they should not be saying, a man wouldn't say them, but a woman say things that are very emotional. They cry a lot. So, so the husband, right, I mentioned before, the husband, the reason he's made for the Nadarim, I always explain, is it's different than the father, that he's made for the Nadarim because he's only allowed to be made for things that are Iyun Nefesh, and things Beino Lebeina, as the Gemara in Ayin Tet Beis makes clear. In fact, he is more powerful, Dvarim Sheish Beino Nefesh, than Beino Lebeina. I explained until now that the concept the husband made for the Nadarim, in both Iyun Nefesh and Dvarim Shebeino Lebeina, is not to protect the wife, because she's mature already, right? The reason is to protect their marriage. It's for the husband's benefit, that he can protect their marriage. She forbids herself from sleeping with her husband. He can block that. She forbids herself from eating grapes. She likes grapes. That's going to cause her distress. She's a not happy wife. It's going to be a not happy life. You're not going to be happy as a husband, so therefore you can make for the Nadarim. However, I have to alter what I was saying based on what the Gemara says over here and the way the article explains the Gemara. The Gemara's Maskana towards the bottom of Ayin Tam and Beis is that when it comes to Iyun Nefesh, the husband is more powerful than Beino Lebeina. Iyun Nefesh, he can block the Nadarim even if she got divorced and married somebody else. The Nadarim still take effect. Now, there's no way, right? He can't remarry her after that. Once she marries somebody else, divorces her, she marries somebody else, she can never return to him. So how could it be if the whole purpose of a first Nadarim for the husband is to make sure it doesn't ruin the relationship in life? I can understand, like the Gemara points out, that if they got divorced, she might be able to return to him. So therefore, it's still possible as Beino Lebeina. And a lot of times, people that get divorced will get remarried because they realize they made a mistake. However, so therefore, how is it to protect if you can be made for the Nadarim, not only after she's divorced, but even if she marries somebody else, where there's no possibility of returning to him? So Iyun Nefesh doesn't really fall into the category of protecting the marriage. Beino Lebeina, right, the Gemara says it only applies when they're married, or even after they get divorced, because they might get remarried. So Beino Lebeina is like I was saying, that the reason he's able to make for those Nadarim is to protect the marriage. But Iyun Nefesh, I've been saying until now, that if she's in distress, she can't eat fruits, she can't wash, she can't bathe, she can't put on makeup, and she feels unhappy, she feels depressed, so the husband's not going to be happy. But you see that Iyun Nefesh, she can make for Nadarim, the blockage takes effect even after she marries somebody else. So it's not necessarily just to prevent a rupture of their marriage, and to protect the shalom bias in their marriage, because it even applies even after. There's no possibility of them returning to the marriage. So at least what I was saying is half right. By Beino Lebeina, yes, that is. But Iyun Nefesh is something else. So we'd like to say, I'm going to say at this point, obviously I'm going to clarify this as we go through this parak, but I'm the first saying today that when it comes to Iyun Nefesh, the Torah is not giving the husband the power he made for Nadarim to protect his own marriage. The reason he's doing that is to protect the woman, right? Just like a father or an Aris to protecting the woman because she's emotional, she's trying to take Nadar, any type of Nadar. They gave the husband a more mature woman, right? Because she's married to him. She's in a Drusha. She's probably over 18 years old. She's probably Bulgaris. So therefore, I always say Bulgaris is 12 years and 6 chadashim, not 6 months. It's very hard to understand. If she's mature after 12 years and 6 months, chadashim means 6 new years, right? The teenage years are years of adolescence where you're always changing. So 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 years, that makes a lot of sense to me. According to most governments, you're considered to be independent of your parents when you're 18 years old. So that's what makes sense to me. She's a Bulgaria. She's 18 years old. She's married. So therefore, even though she's more grown up, she's more mature. Women still, even though when they get into petty fights with other people, they might oscar themselves from getting hung up from other people, or they might forbid other people from getting hung up from themselves. That the husband doesn't have the ability to do because she's more mature. She's a married woman. She's married. She's older. She's not going to just get into petty fights with people and oscar and chasam on somebody else. However, even a mature woman, they need protection for certain things, and a lot of married women need even more. They go on these crazy diets. They want to they want to impress their husbands. They want to impress their friends. Maybe even more so when they're married. So that's the one thing where they get too emotional and they might take the Nedarim on themselves. Dharm shal inu nefesh. We have a machlokas in the Mishnah. What is considered inu nefesh? Is only considered going on a diet, or maybe even not taking a bath and not putting on makeup. That would also be included in nefesh. Well, I'll talk about more that machlokas going forward in the Gemara. But whatever I said until now, take I'm gonna say halfway what I said was true. Uh, Iyun nefesh is protection. There's less protection than a father or an artist would have because she's younger and she's more immature. But Iyun nefesh is still a problem emotionally for women, even if they're married. They'll forbid certain things among themselves. So those things, the husband is given the right to protect the wife, not to save the shalom bayit, to protect the wife from herself. And that's out of convenience. The Torah gave it to the married husband to do that for his wife. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.